Hi, my name's Pip. I'm a disabled mum, wife and disability advocate, and today I'd like to talk to you about indirect disability discrimination and having to pay for carer tickets in the UK. So over the last week I have been contacting lots of different attractions, from theme parks to leisure facilities to tourist attractions to pubs, nightclubs, various other experiences and family adventure settings. And I've had quite a good response actually. So 90% of the people that I've contacted have confirmed that they already offer free carers tickets. And then the other 10%, some of which have said that they will look at their policy. But still, quite a few attractions in the UK are charging for carers and support workers, and that's what I want to change with my hashtag Carers Go Free. So the Equality Act of 2010 states that a disabled person shouldn't be disadvantaged from their disability. So either disability discrimination can be direct or it can be indirect. Today I'm talking about indirect discrimination, which is where there's a rule, a policy or a practice which seems to apply equally to everybody but actually puts a disabled person at unfair disadvantage compared to people who aren't disabled. So, as a disabled mum, I have carers that help me at home. These are paid carers. So they're not unpaid carers. They are getting paid a wage to help me with my care needs in the community. So, also, I became a mum 2 years ago and I have a little boy named Harrison. So we like to go a couple of times a week to various things like normal families do. So we go to the farm, we go to play areas and various tourist attractions all over the UK. So I have found recently that not all tourist attractions offer free tickets for my carers. So if I was to go to a tourist attraction that charged full price for a carer, I would not only have to pay for my ticket and my son's ticket, but I'd also have to pay for my carer, and sometimes that is full price. So for certain events you could end up paying £25 more than a mum and child that aren't disabled. So the Equality Act of 2010 basically covers everybody that is providing a service to the public. It doesn't matter whether they give the service for free or if they charge for it. It doesn't matter if they're set up as a sole trader, a partnership, a limited company or any other legal structure. The size of their business doesn't matter. Equality law applies to everyone. The Equality Act covers a range of different types of places and organisations. The law applies to places providing goods or services as well as employment. So this can include customer services such as shops, hotels, B&Bs, campsites, leisure facilities, theme parks, tourist attractions, restaurants, pubs, nightclubs, and any other business providing services to the general public. So when I've contacted places and found that they aren't providing free tickets for carers and support workers, I've actually sent them an email or I've given them a phone call and just talked to them about equality, the Equality Act of 2010, and highlighted why they are discriminating against disabled people, giving them the example. A lot of places have been quite receptive. They've apologised, said, oh, sorry, we didn't realise that this was discriminating, and they've changed the policy. But I'm still coming up with quite a lot of people who aren't willing to budge and aren't willing to look at the policy. Some saying that it doesn't apply to them. Some saying that they can't review it till next year because they've got various things in place or whatever. So to make this a little bit easier to understand, I'm going to give some examples of places that we've been that charge either full price or reduced rate for carers, and show you why this is so unfair and why my campaign for hashtag Carers Go Free is so important for disabled people. So, for example, the first one I'm going to highlight is someone who provides a concessions rate for disabled people and their carers, and that's Flamingo Land in North Yorkshire. Absolutely amazing resort that's got a wonderful zoo and lots of fun rides. Now, for a single parent to take a child to Flamingo Land, they would be paying £35 each. That's via their website, so you get a discount on the website. But they'd be paying £35 each, which totals £70. And that's for a mum and child. if me as a disabled mum was to take a child, I'd also need to take a carer. They do a reduced rate, so instead of charging £35, they charge you £28, and they also charge that rate for your carer. So I'd be paying £28 for me, £28 for my carer, and £35 for my child, meaning that I'd be paying £91 compared to the other parent who's paying £70 for themselves to enjoy the park, paying an extra £21, which is a lot of money. So the other one that we can highlight is a Christmas train. So I looked at booking a lovely Christmas train for December that I've heard is very, very good. It's the Polar Express on the Wensleydale Railway. So to book that train would be £25 for an adult ticket and £25 for a child ticket, and that's via their website. If I was to go, I would need to pay £25 for my ticket, £25 for my carer's ticket, and £25 for my child's ticket, paying us a total of £75, which is £25 more than a mum and child that weren't in my situation, that didn't have a disability. So again, because they're charged full price for their carer's ticket, as a disabled mum, I have to pay an extra £25, which is indirect disability discrimination. So there's also some smaller ones out there, and you might say, why are you arguing over a couple of pounds? Well, actually, when you add up a couple of pounds multiple times a week, that soon adds up. But why should a disabled parent pay more than another parent? It's just unjust. So, for example, I went to a local farm called Newham Grange Farm in Middlesbrough, and they charged a discounted rate for concessions. So I highlighted the policy to them and showed them that, look, I would end up paying more than another parent, and they were really good about it. They said they didn't realise, and they've actually changed their policy. So now carers go free, which is an absolute fantastic success. That's exactly what I want. Hashtag carers go free. I've also contacted other farms, a Big Sheep Little Cow, for example. I messaged them asking if they provided a free ticket, and they said that they don't, but they do offer a discounted concessions rate. So I have followed up with them and asked them to change their policy, and I'm waiting to hear back. I've also contacted various other farms up and down the country that people have highlighted to me to ask them to do the same if they don't already, which would be a It's sad that this needs to be done, to be honest, because, as I said, the majority of people that I have, the places I've looked into, are already providing this. But, you know, yes, it's only a couple of pounds, but should disabled people really have to pay more for an attraction just because they're disabled and they need somebody to come with them? So myself, I have carers that are actually paid, but also I'm fighting for those carers who are unpaid as well, for carers that receive carers allowance for caring for somebody full time, for people that literally wouldn't be able to attend attractions, whether their carers are paid or unpaid, without a carer. So I would like to ask people to relook at their policies and make sure that it isn't discriminating against disabled people. And this is how you can help. So if you have to pay for your carer to attend an event with you, I would like to know about it. I'd like you to get in touch on my Facebook account, which is Pip Disabled Mum, Wife and Disability Advocate, and let me know who is still charging for a carer's ticket, because I'd quite happily send them an email and see if we can get that resolved. Thank you so much for listening to me today. I am Pip Disabled Mum, Wife and Disability Advocate on Facebook. I have an Instagram account, Pip Disabled Mum, and I have an email address, pipdisabledmum@gmail.com. So you can contact me by any of those routes. And if you could join in my campaign for hashtag Carers Go Free, I would really appreciate it. And I'm sure many disabled people up and down the country would also really appreciate it too. So we're fighting disability discrimination with hashtag Carers Go Free. Thank you so much. Bye.